If your team got guaranteed money, tell them call me.
Whoop. Make me say, my.
I done been around the world. Yeah, I was made for this.
Player Performance with J.A. Cavalier.
Welcome back to another episode of Player Performance. I am your favorite capper, J.A. Cavalier. We're going to break down the NFL playoffs. 8 teams left. Wildcard weekend last weekend. We did really well on Saturday and Sunday. Of course, failed miserably on Monday. I had the Vikings winning that game. Didn't see that one coming. The Rams absolutely dog-walked that team. It's all right. We're back in the saddle now. The show last week, not so bad. A little above 50%. But this week, we look to dominate. And I'm actually going to give you guys the size, the way I'm seeing these games. Pretty much free picks and leads for every single game. Go ahead, smash the like button. Appreciation, always appreciated. You're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We do this every day, every week. Free picks, no fluff. You have Shark and Luke Shuey holding down the NBA show for me. I will be back next week. Reason why I wasn't on that show, I'm readjusting my model and my spreadsheets for the NBA. We're going to be locking that in next week. I'll be there pretty much every day. And if days I'm not, Luke and Shark will handle it. Listen, this week, NFL, free picks, no fluff. Let's go. Texans taking on the Chiefs. The Texans travel to Kansas City. Kansas City's laying 8.5. Total here is at 42. Listen, guys, you already know you're never, ever, ever, and I do mean never, going to find me laying more than a touchdown with the Kansas City Chiefs. If I would, it would be this spot, but I'm not. Chiefs do win games, but they don't cover. They especially don't cover big numbers. And 8.5 is a massive number, up and over key numbers of 6, 7, and 8. 11 of their last 15 wins by less than 8 points. Earlier this season, these two teams met. The Chiefs did beat the Texans by exactly 8 points. 3 of their 4 postseason wins last year, 1 possession wins. 3 games were won by 3, 7, and 3. I have no doubt that Mahomes wins this game, but it's not going to be big or a big number. So what I would do in this game, put the Chiefs in the front end of a 2-team teaser. I'll fill that in with the pretty much the next game. I don't trust C.J. Stroud. Only way I can look in this, Chiefs in moneyline parlays or teasers. Washington travels to Detroit to take on the Lions. The Lions are laying 9. The total here is at 55. The Lions are going to win this game. So you could throw them in teasers. You could add them to moneyline parlays. But one thing I wouldn't do, I would absolutely not lay 10 points. You know how I feel about laying double digits. And 10 is just too big in the NFL. Dan Quinn, he got served up last week. Totally outcoached by Todd Bowles, which does say a lot about Dan Quinn. But of course, I told you guys about Baker Mayfield. As soon as you trust Baker, Baker will be Baker and do Baker Mayfield things. And then he literally handed the game to Washington. Commanders needed a doink field goal to win the game. Won't be as friendly in Detroit. Lions are going to control that run game of Washington. Detroit 5th in run defense, 2nd in passing percentage allowed. Commanders went belly up last week against a much worse defense. I don't see how they keep up in this game. Lions come in well rested, first in scoring, average 33 points a game. Washington's 18th in scoring allowed. Commanders are 30th in rushing yards allowed. And we all know what Detroit does. Run the damn ball. 6th in rushing yards, 3rd in rushing attempts, 5th in EPA per rush. And guess who's back? Guess it? Say it. That's right, guys. It's David Montgomery time. Montgomery anytime touchdown. If he plays, I'm going to put this in a 2-team parlay. Lions money line, Monty anytime touchdown. You guys know the Tuesday routine, and it's back. But I do like the Chiefs line 2-team 7-point teaser even more. Has to be 7-point teaser. This is going to be a little bit of juice, piling 140 to get it, but it's worth it. The juice is worth the squeeze. Take the Lions, Chiefs, put them in a 2-team money line parlay, a 2-team 7-point teaser. Rams travel to Philadelphia. Fucking Philadelphia. Take on the Eagles. Philly's laying 6.5, total at 44. I don't necessarily hate the Eagles. I do hate their fans. 2 teams that completely fucked me last week. Look, you can fade me on this play, and I get it. I've been pretty much wrong on every Philly game for most of the season. Yep. And I'm fading him again here. I am, however, buying this 1-7. Eagles were dog pissed last week. Jordan Love just happened to be even worse. Packers undisciplined. Philly's offense has no steam. They settled for 3 field goals, one of which came in garbage time. Jalen Hurts, $131 passing. Barkley has now played more games than he has in any season of his career, college or pro. Doesn't matter. Didn't look great. He's burnt, wore down, tread on the tires. LA is going to cause a little bit of disruption up front. 9 sacks last week, which tied an NFL record. They did force 2 turnovers. Yeah, that was Sam Darnold. I get it. But really, is Jalen Hurts much better? They held the Vikings offense, which was 9th in points per game, to just 9 points. Philly's 20th in sacks allowed, 25th in sack yards taken. Jalen Hurts comes into this game banged up, played his first game in over a month. Better quarterback, better coach, and I'm getting a free touchdown. Can't pass it up. Give me the Rams +7. The Ravens travel to Buffalo, take on the Bills. Baltimore is now laying 1 to 1.5, depending on the market you shop at. Total here is at 51.5. The Bills, like I said, opened up chalk. They opened up laying 1. Since then, the line is flipped. General rule, you take the dog when the number flips, which would be the Buffalo Bills. Truth be told, I bet them at open anyway, so I personally don't care. I already have 10 dimes on Buffalo this weekend. Got the worst of the number, got them in at -1. But like I said, played a money line. But my position has not changed. It's playoff Lamar. More often than not, he does a disappearing act. He completely vanishes. Lamar's 3-4 in the postseason. 0-1 against the Bills in the postseason. The Steelers were lucky to be in the playoffs in the first place. They had lost 6 straight to end the season. The Bills, they're going to shut down the run game. 4th in EPA per rush, 5th in rushing yards allowed last 3 games. Lamar's going to have to throw it, and we all know to beat Lamar, you just keep him in the pocket. Great with his arm in the regular season, but this isn't the regular season. Not so much in the playoffs. Averages just 212 yards per game. 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Lamar might not have, Zay Flowers in this game as well, or at least a healthy version of him. Josh Allen, my MVP, went out last week, 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, completed all but 6 passes against the second best passing defense in the NFL. Baltimore, 31st against the pass. Their strength has been getting to the quarterback. But the Bills, they're first in sacks allowed. This game is in Buffalo. Temperatures are going to be in the teens. It's going to be freezing. And Josh Allen's just cold, man. Take the Buffalo Bills. Take them big.
J.A. Cavalier's Pro Football Triple Crown. 3 NFL games for this Sunday. 3 straight, 3 two-team parlays, 1 week, $99. His Pro Football Triple Crown must go 3-0 or the entire NFL season is free. J.A. Cavalier's Pro Football Triple Crown. Link in the description below. Click the link now and jump on the money train.
That's right, guys. Get to ylose.com. That's the letter YLOSE.com. Free picks, stats, trends, scores, odds, and more. That's ylose.com. The letter YLOSE.com. This is typically the spot in the show where I tell you to go buy a package. Don't worry about buying a package. The commercial is just being put in there for a placeholder just to separate the outro from the games. Guys, don't worry about packages this week. I just gave you liquid gold. Gold. I just gave you gold. I handed it to you. Silver platinum. Gold. That's what this show was. You guys can just cash tickets with us this weekend. Let's cash. Let's score the fuck out. And I'll see you guys back here next week. But until then, remember that with your heads, not above them. Yesterday's a memory. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. You're here now. Let's make it count.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm.